Welcome to the Destiny of Manufacturing podcast, here live from the show floor at FABTECH 2025. This is a great privilege that I have with me, the chair of the Precision Metalforming Association, Gene Lambert from Batesville Tool Die. Welcome, Gene.
Thank you, Dean. Appreciate that.
Oh, it is my pleasure to have you here. We really appreciate it. I know you're busy, so thank you for taking time
Absolutely.
to be here. So tell me, you've been here for a couple of days walking the show floor. Tell me about what things you found exciting about FABTECH.
Well, just the diversity in exhibits. I come from a manufacturing company, a stamping. So there's so much to see in new technology, advancements in AI, automation. And so just going around talking to people, talk about their products. But the other thing is I try to use it as a recruiting tool for our Indiana district. We have a lot of Indiana exhibitors here. And so I'm talking to them and why aren't you a member of PMA? And then I take the opportunity to brag on PMA a little bit.
Absolutely.
And so I've got several that are interested in trying to go to the next step, learn more about PMA and membership, and we'll continue the discussion on what we offer.
Yeah.
The many opportunities that we have. So yeah, there's a lot to brag about with PMA.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. And I have to compliment you. My last time I was over at your facility, it was really impressive. I'm on the workforce development side and the implant training stuff, but to see what you guys have been doing, Toby over there, you're just phenomenal job. And I want to compliment you. You've done a tremendous job. How did you get that off the ground and to get going? How did you get the momentum built to move forward with an apprenticeship internally in that?
Well, really 2008, 2009, the downturn of the economy, it hit the tool and die industry the worst or the most. And it's never really rebounded. And so we're in a small community, halfway between Cincinnati and Indianapolis. And so, we have to do things different to draw that talent. And, one thing that benefits us is we are in a small community, rural surrounding. And so you get technical people off the farm. They know how to use the tools. They're mechanically inclined, gives us a head start. But one of the things we've done several different types of journeyman program certification. I'm a certified journeyman toolmaker by trade. And as we evolve, the technology isn't evolved. But the old apprenticeship program hasn't evolved as much. So we're using AI, CNC, all of those types of things with tool making. The employees on the floor, they're using Excel spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentations to create their to create their programs or express their ideas. And so we've partnered with the local state college, FABTECH, and we created an associate and a bachelor program that we pay for, that our employees go through. It's a pay to play. As they progress through the training, they're compensated for that, and so it just gives us a much smarter workforce. In the end, and so it seems to be working really well for us. One of the cool things with FABTECH partnering, they do the schoolwork in the FABTECH facility, but we created a lab for them with the mills, the lathes and whatnot. And so they come over into our facility to work on their projects because they build things as they progress through the tool and die program. And so we get them into our facility. They get comfortable with our facility and our employees, and it's a good recruiting tool as well.
Absolutely.
So it's an investment in all ways.
Yeah, and I think it's a win-win all around for everybody. So that's great to see. Now, You've been involved in the PMA for a lot of years. So what would you say? Why does somebody want to get involved with PMA?
Oh my gosh. So I'll approach it from a sales perspective. So sales is all about networking, right?
100%.
And so I was in the early years of participating in PMA. I was on the sales and marketing roundtable. I led the discussions for 5 years, met a lot of people, and that's carried over where I was district chair and director of PMA Indiana, and for 9 years. So that took me to another level, meeting more people, other companies, learning how we can partner, and just through the whole networking, we've been able to find new customers. So we're building dies for them. We're selling parts. We get better connections, and we learn, right? So we all experience successes and hardships. And I say with PMA, once you get in, it becomes personal, it becomes family, and the relationships that you build, you can talk to anybody about anything. And if they've experienced something similar, now they're giving you their experience and how they addressed it. Right. And it's so valuable.
Yeah.
So valuable. So that's one of the main things. But yesterday I was talking to a person who introduced me to their president, who introduced me to a machinery salesman, and now I've got a lead on a piece of equipment that we're trying to find. So you just don't know what little token or opportunity you create or will run into. But it's all networking. I think is really, really valuable for me. Our company, we've got, I think, 5 of our 8 executives in networking groups. And of course, we participate in the training opportunities and all the PMA events. So PMA is important to our company, very important to our company.
And I think you hit it on the head too. The value of an association is the networking aspect, is that the shared experiences. It's the combined problem solving. You've got this. How did you work around this? And that network gives you that value of being able to communicate, bounce ideas off with somebody else in the industry who understands your language.
Yes.
They've seen the same kinds of problems that you've seen. So how are they addressing them and work towards? And I never felt like, in all my years of being involved in PMA, I've never felt like somebody was like, I don't want to talk to that person, they're a competitor, or I don't want to, it's a very open and friendly network. Yes, we all want to win. We all want to win the business. But at the same time, we want that rising tide to lift all boats. And I think that's what really makes us different.
So we have really close relationships with competitors, and sometimes they'll throw opportunity to us because it's more in our core competency, and vice versa. But to that point that you just brought up, networking with competitors, we bought a competitor's plant down in South Carolina.
Yep.
And it was only because of our networking and relationships that we have with so many people within PMA. But this was a competitor.
Sure.
And they were wanting to get out of it. We were trying to get into that area. And within 2 months, 3 months, we were owners of a plant in South Carolina. And we were able to expand our footprint, provide product and service in close proximity to the customers where we were shipping to. Right. So, but I mean, it's really awesome.
It's great when the plan comes together.
Yes, it is.
Gene, thank you so much for being here. This has been the Destiny of Manufacturing podcast here live at FABTECH 2025, live at the show floor.
Yes.